We've all had that place that we just found completely magical, whether it be because we've had an amazing experience or because we have gone on vacation there, or for me, in my instance, it's because I got married on the Bluffs. Hi, I'm Shamika Fox, your Santa Cruz real estate expert, and today we are going to be talking about the pros and cons of living in La Selva Beach, which is, to me, my special magic place. Why? Because I think it is incredibly rare to still find that quintessential beach town on the California coastline that hasn't been overdeveloped or overpopularized by people and tourism and commerce, etc. Not to say that there aren't people living there and not to say that it's not a tourist attraction, but when you think about Santa Cruz, you don't generally think about La Selva Beach unless you are me. So let's dive in and talk about the pros and cons of living in La Selva Beach. But before we do that, if you find these videos informative, educational, and a little bit entertaining, please hit that like and subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2025. And actually, I know this is crazy in comparison to some other YouTubers who have hundreds of thousands, if not millions of subscribers, but we're almost to 600. And I'm actually really proud of that because I've been putting a lot of time and effort into the channel and into providing value to you, the viewer. Okay, now let's just dive into the pros and cons of the cost of living with regards to La Selva Beach. So because it is such a quaint and small beach town, there's not a ton of job opportunity. There's not a lot of businesses there. What I can say is that because of its geographical location, you have pretty decent access to other areas, both in Santa Cruz County as well as Monterey County, if you are looking for a job. So there is the ability to actually find work within the area of La Selva, though probably not necessarily within La Selva town itself. Although I do know one business that's located in La Selva, and they seem to be doing just fine. The cons of the cost of living in La Selva are it's expensive. I talk about this every time, but Santa Cruz County is an expensive place to live. We're on the California coastline. We have a really mild climate, beautiful natural surroundings, and people want to live here, and there's only so much land between the mountains and the ocean that can be developed. And because of this, it inflates the cost of living, which means that the con is there is a high cost of living. Right now, while I am recording this video, the median cost of living for La Selva Beach is $1.2 million to purchase a home. Let's talk about the pros and cons of education in La Selva. This is funny. I'm going to go down the list and I'm going to cover everything, but because La Selva is so small, and I find that to be such a positive attribute of this little tiny beach town community, but because La Selva is so small, the pro of education in La Selva is that it has great accessibility to public schools and private schools around. And the con is that any school system within La Selva Beach community itself. So let's dive in. The public high schools that are available and accessible for La Selva Beach residents are Renaissance High School, which is located at 11 Spring Valley Road, La Selva Beach, California. This is an alternative high school or continuing education high school within the Pajaro Valley Unified School District, offering alternative education programs tailored to students seeking a non-traditional high school education. The other public high school that is accessible for La Selva Beach community residents is Aptos High School. Now remember, I say this every time, I get my information on greatschools.org for public school information. They have a rating system there, but every student is unique, and I would highly, highly recommend that if you are considering sending your kid to any school, contact the administrators, contact the teachers, contact the student body, and see what information you can find out so that you can make sure that you're making the right decision for your specific student. Aptos High School is serving multiple communities, including La Selva Beach. Aptos High School provides a comprehensive curriculum with various extracurricular activities. I would say that Aptos High School is your more traditional public school if you wanted to go that more traditional public school route. Aptos High School is very well attended in the Aptos area, and it has a decent reputation. Before we skip to that, let's talk about Aptos Junior High, would be the junior high school that the residents of La Selva Beach would attend if they wanted to stay within their community. Your options for public school elementary for La Selva Beach residents are Valencia Elementary School. And Valencia Elementary School offers a robust academic program focused on foundational skills and enrichment. And Rio Del Mar Elementary School, which is located nearer to La Selva Beach, and this school emphasizes a balanced education with attention to both academics and personal growth. If you wanted to explore the private school options, now again, if you're sending your student to a private school, your options are vast and you can actually go anywhere within the county or outside of the county. There are no restrictions. The schools that I'm talking about for public school education are the schools that will be serving that specific district or neighborhood or area. That said, the schools that are close to La Selva that are considered private schools, and you would be sending your kid for a private school education, are Monterey Bay Academy. Monterey Bay Academy is a boarding school affiliated with the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Monterey Bay Academy offers a college preparatory curriculum on a scenic coastal campus, and that is actually located in La Selva. That's on San Andreas Road. Another private school that is nearby is St. Francis High School Salesian College Preparatory, and that's in Watsonville. And they are a Catholic high school offering faith-based education, emphasizing academic excellence and community service. Another option, which is actually on the outskirts of Watsonville in the Watsonville country, is Monte Vista Christian School, and that is a private school that offers education from 6th grade all the way through 12th grade. And then another option for your private school would be Mount Madonna School, which is on Summit Road in Watsonville, and that offers pre-K through 12th grade. It's situated in the Santa Cruz Mountains. Mount Madonna School offers a holistic education emphasizing academic excellence, creative self-expression, and positive character development. Now again, these are just an overview of some of the schools that would lend themselves to offering an educational opportunity to your students, but please do your own research. Make sure you find the school that is right for you, your family, and your student. The cons with regards to education in La Selva is so tiny, there's not a lot of options. Really, there's just a couple options within the community of La Selva. Otherwise, you have to leave La Selva Beach to go find the school that you want. And the options that are within, besides the alternative school, are private. Let's talk about job opportunities in La Selva. The pros about job opportunities: if you are an entrepreneur, if you are industrial, if you are willing and able to work from home, there is an opportunity to have a decent job and a job with good benefits or job security that you can make a decent income. But the fact of the matter is, and this goes into the cons, again, La Selva is so small, there's not a ton of job opportunity. So chances are that you are going to have to leave your little tiny cute community of La Selva to go to your place of employment, whether that be in Monterey or in Santa Cruz or in Silicon Valley. You are not going to have a tremendous job opportunity experience when looking for jobs in La Selva. The pros and cons of crime in La Selva is the pro, there really isn't a lot of crime. You don't hear about burglaries or violent acts of crime in that cute little area of La Selva. The cons are, because there's such a lack of crime, we really don't have a lot of data to analyze. That also means that there are fewer police patrolling the area. There is your very own La Selva Beach fire station, but we don't have a police station in La Selva Beach. I believe the nearest one would be in Aptos and or Capitola or Watsonville. So not a lot of crime, but also not a lot of protection with regards to officers being on duty in the area. Pros and cons of traffic in La Selva Beach. The pros are there's not a lot of traffic because it is a really small community and there's not a lot of people driving around. The cons are that if you're leaving the area, if you're leaving La Selva to go either to work or to play or to go have some experience or adventure, you are going to run into commuters traffic, either going southbound towards Monterey County or going northbound on Highway 1 towards San Jose, San Francisco, Silicon Valley. You're going to have commuters traffic unless you stay in La Selva, and if you stay in La Selva, there's not a lot of traffic because there's not a lot of people. People are going to be mad that I'm producing this video, because if you're looking for a place to live that doesn't have a high density of population, La Selva Beach is a great community. the pros and cons of weather. Again, I talk about weather a lot when we talk about Santa Cruz. I think it's one of the things that really attracts people to the area. I grew up in Ukiah, where in the summer we would get sometimes 110-degree weather, and in the winter it would be freezing. So we have like the extremes on both ends. In Santa Cruz, it's really mild all year long. In the winter, sometimes we get to freezing. In the summer, we don't generally get higher than like 85 degrees. So it's a very nice Mediterranean type mild climate, nothing too extreme. There's not, at this point in time, a real heavy need for air conditioning. Heat, I would absolutely say that there's a need for that because it does get cold, at least for us. And I call it a California wardrobe. We probably don't have enough warm clothes to keep us warm if we were to be hanging out, let's say on the East Coast in the middle of a blizzard or something like that. The cons with regards to weather, if you don't like the fog, La Selva does tend to get more foggy than other areas because it is right on the bluff. It's right on the coast. I like the fog. I don't want to live in the fog all the time, but I don't mind it. It cools things off. I think that there's like a really romantic, cool vibe when the fog rolls in, and then it's like nice when the fog rolls out and the sun peeks through. It's like a little gift in the middle of the day. So I don't mind the fog, so I would say that it's a pro to me. But people who do mind the fog and want sun all day long or beach days, you might not get as many in La Selva. Pros and cons of entertainment in La Selva. This is going to be a quick one. There's nothing to do in La Selva. Well, there's outdoor entertainment. You can go camping, you can go hiking, you can go to the beach, you can go surfing. The La Selva beach has the longest stretch of beach that is uninterrupted, so you can walk for miles on the beach without having to go up on land or swim in the ocean to pass a rock or something that would get in your way or hinder you from continuing. So if you are looking for a really beautiful beach stroll, watch the sunset, go collect shells, have a romantic walk with your sweet honey, La Selva is a great place to do it. The cons are, with regards to entertainment, that's pretty much the only thing you're going to find as far as entertainment goes. There's no restaurants, there's no bars, there's no music venues. If you want to find entertainment in La Selva, you pretty much have to make the entertainment yourself, which for me, that's no problem because I don't like to go out anymore. I'm too old to do that anyways. I would rather just hang out at home, make some dinner, hang out with my family, hang out with my friends. Like that is entertaining enough for me. But if you want a nightlife, you're probably not going to find it in La Selva. Pros and cons with regards to lifestyle in La Selva. The pros are it's a really relaxed, laid-back lifestyle. If you like hanging out at the beach, if you like going for walks outside, if you like a quaint, small-town community vibe, I would say La Selva is a great place to have those experiences. The cons are because it's small, you really are going to be required to leave for everything. They have one little market, which is a really tiny market, like if you forgot your milk or eggs. But if you want to do major grocery shopping, you're going to have to go somewhere else to do that. There's no major medical facilities there. There is no restaurants in La Selva. You're going to have to leave pretty much to go do anything. So the lifestyle is chill, it's calm, cool, and collective. But because it is such a small community, you will have to leave to get access to mostly anything that makes modern life convenient and easy. Unique features of the area, pros and cons. Again, I'm going to talk about the lifestyle. It is a chill, laid-back community. It is a tiny community. There is a community center. There is a park. There is a fire station. There is a little cute library, but there's not a lot of big stuff. There's not a ton of things going on, and accessibility to things, it's really limited because there's not a ton in La Selva. The cons, I would say, is that we do get tourism there. I know I talked about it not being like the biggest tourist destination, but there is tourism there. There are vacation rentals that people will rent and go on vacation there. There is campsites. There's Pajaro Dunes, which tend to be either vacation homes or vacation rentals. So we do get tourism, but it tends to be quieter than other parts of Santa Cruz. For example, I would say even during the peak season of tourism in La Selva, it's going to be a lot mellower than, say, the peak season of tourism in Santa Cruz City. If you're staying near like the boardwalk and Main Beach and stuff like that, you're going to have a lot more traffic. You're going to have a lot more people. You're going to have a lot more people partying. So if you don't want to be around people partying and you want to have a mellow vacation, check out La Selva. I would say that is actually a pro in my opinion when it comes to vacationing, because I'm old and I just want to chill anyways. That about covers the pros and cons of living in La Selva Beach, California. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. If you're looking to buy or sell real estate in the Santa Cruz area, I would love to be your realtor of choice. And if you're looking to buy or sell real estate outside of the Santa Cruz area, fill out the form in my bio and I would be glad to connect you. Obviously, at no cost and no obligation, with another realtor in your area that can help serve you. If you have found this video and other videos on my channel educational, entertaining, enlightening just a little bit, please hit that like and subscribe button. I am trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2025, and I am so close, so close. I only need 403 more or something. I'm almost to 600, and I know, again, that doesn't seem like a big feat in comparison to all these massive channels, but I've been growing it organically on my own, and I feel pretty darn proud of what we have achieved so far. Almost to 600. Hit that like and subscribe button and help me get to my goal. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.